Hello, in this video I'm going to be walking through how to complete the new website project checklist and then just a quick run through about the ebook section of it. So you can find this by going to membership, the campus, and then coming to the worksheets tab. All right, so once you find it in the worksheet section, you'll just click over, and what you'll notice here is there's quite a bit of content and information that we've included here in terms of building a high quality, well-functioning website. So I'm not going to go through all of these pages, but it is important to read through them. But on a high level, it's really important to have great homepage content, making sure that you have your contact information throughout your site. Most people, especially for local businesses, when they visit a website, they're going there to find contact information. So if you have like your click to calls and your phone number, your hours of operation, all of that throughout different places in the site, not just on your contact page, that can be really helpful for the people visiting your site. The next is looking at your loading times. So whether you're having a WordPress site or even if you're using our custom CMS, you'll want to, ensure that you have fast loading times, because if it takes a long time for a site to load, you don't want people to just drop off the map because they're feeling like it's taking too long to get the information that they want. All right, so the next one would be proper domain registration information. And sometimes if it's a .com, then you might choose to just have it private and not have people be able to see the domain registration information, but you will want to make sure that's up to date. So if you worked with someone previously that registered the domain for you, it might have their information on the domain, and that could be difficult if you ever have to transfer it away. So you want to make sure that's all up to date. In Canada, if it's a .ca domain, typically they make it private just right from the get-go. All right, so probably we're halfway through, but mobile friendly is super important. Nowadays, majority of website traffic happens on a mobile device. There still is a lot of desktop and definitely tablet views, but mobile really is a focus for people. They're visiting your website on their mobile devices, so you want to make sure that your website looks good on all devices. Next is a blog. If you know us, we are big on content marketing. So having a blog is, I think, essential in these days, but it doesn't have to be something that is, daunting in terms of I have to come up with all of these new blog posts all the time. If you look at what really are your most frequently asked questions or some of the things that really help you make the sale, then write blog posts about that and create pillar blog posts. And it doesn't need to be something, but I would go in and update those blog posts periodically, but definitely is not something that has to be too labor intensive. All right, Google Analytics installation. This is something that you want to have on your site right from the get-go, even if you're not really that big into Google Analytics. You'll appreciate later on when you do want to look back at your traffic and see how people are flowing through your site to be able to have that installed and to have that data. 8, provide proof. So that is really about having testimonials on your site. If you have reviews, sharing the reviews. If you have case studies, anything like that, it's great to be able to show proof on your website that you have happy customers and clients. And then just some off-site tips would be to create a Google My Business page and connect it to your website. Also create a Yelp listing, and then get on social media if you haven't already, and then integrate that into your site. Even if it's just a link over to those accounts, it's good to have it. All right. So this is a step-by-step web development checklist. I am not going to kind of run through each individual point, but I will just on a high level touch base. So the first kind of step is like the development step. This is like the core structure of your site. So you're going to want to look at gathering all the information related to site content. You're going to want to make sure that your domain name's set up. You may want to do competition research, see what other people are doing in your field and what you like and don't like about their websites. If you have a website title chosen, if you're looking into hosting, if you have questions about hosting, you can always put a question in the Facebook group. We do host websites, but we only do it for the clients that we build websites for. But we can definitely give you some advice on who to host with. And so once you do that, then you register with them. You create your domain name, make sure that's registered, and then it looks at website structure and organization. So that's really about mapping out what your pages are going to be, what's going to link to what. There is a sitemap worksheet in the members area, so if you want to print that out and map it out, definitely do that. And then that's where you can look at like what pages need to link to what, right? If you're on a services page, does that need to link out somewhere else, like a contact us page? So looking at those internal links and how that will work. All right, so the next is about looking at what articles and resources you can put on your site that will help move people down your funnel. If this is more of a content website, like a blog instead of like a business website, then you might want to look at including advertising space on your site. And then from there, you would end up submitting. Once the site's all built, you'll want to submit your website sitemap to the search engine so it can be crawled, and then from there you're really going to want to review your search engine submission results every 1 to 4 months. All right, when it comes to designing a website, these are probably high level what the different steps you'll have to take in order to be able to get it done. So there's artwork that needs to be compiled. This can be photos that you need to take, or it could be stock images that need to be collected. You'll need to have your logo designed and or prepared as digital art. You'll have to look at your color schemes, research what your brand colors are, how that works on a site, and how that's going to lay out, and then start looking at the layout design. So what sections should be included on each page, how that layout should look, and this is also known as kind of like a block plan. And then once you have your color scheme researched and your layout researched, then you can finalize those. From there, that's when the actual website starts getting built. Once the website's getting built, then you can start writing your content and all your articles. And then once everything's added to the site, you want to make sure that you're reviewing current web standards to make sure that you meet those. That plays a big part in terms of 1, being ranked, but 2, also for people that maybe have accessibility issues. You just want to make sure that 1, your code is clean, it's all good, that you can validate it, and then just thinking about checking your website on different browsers and different computers and screen sizes, just to make sure that it's going to look okay on all devices and all browsers. One thing to note here is that most Internet Explorer is very old, and most website like designers and builders do not really even code anymore to try to be really super friendly with Internet Explorer, just because it's so old and outdated. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Once you have that all done, you can edit, review the website presentation, test it. That can be, visiting pages, clicking all the links, filling out the contact forms. And then from there, once it's live, then you're going to look at website maintenance. So if you're using a CMS like WordPress, you're going to want to make sure that you update it frequently. You'll want to make sure that to check for any errors. If you have set up your Google Webmaster Tools, then you'll most likely get emails about a lot of errors as well. Well, hopefully not a lot, but you'll get emails about errors. And then looking for bad links, any links that are broken, keyword review and update in terms of what you want to rank for in the search engine results and what you are. And then just looking at reviewing, like new technologies that have come out, review web standards, and really just kind of checking on the site statistics. You'll want to add new content. That's really important, is even the content that you have to give it a refresh every once in a while, because it's important for, one, people and the search engines to see that your site is updated frequently. And then again, you'll just want to validate code, resubmit your sitemap when things change, check web page descriptions and titles, making sure that they're showing up in the search engines the way that you want it to, and then review top searches from search engines to see about new potential content that you could be adding to your site. So this is kind of a step-by-step web development checklist. I do encourage you to go download it and read the ebook as well, because it does run through a lot of the information and the whys to what we have listed here. If you have any questions about this checklist, please feel free to drop us a line in the Facebook group, or if you'd like to submit it for a coffee club Ask Me Anything question, you can do that as well. Thanks.